The NHL is now 32 teams big. That's too many for my liking. We've known for 2-3 years, possibly more, Seattle were coming. But last week they drafted their initial roster, so like they're here now, it's official. I think the ideal NHL, which is what I'm doing here, and I've come up with it, would be 24 teams. 12 East, 12 West, 4 divisions, 6 teams. Vegas aren't in it, so I'm wearing a Vegas, just get me the video. James Neal, £27 on Fanatics. I assumed he'd committed some heinous crime because Fanatics don't do jerseys, certainly not name jerseys. They don't do anything for £27. But this was out for whatever reason. Maybe it's because he left, but then there'd be about 7 teams that have jerseys, 27 quid. Who hasn't he played for? So Vegas aren't there and Florida aren't there. Spoilers ahead, not spoilers behind. Now imagine though if we didn't have Florida. That would give Barkov to another team, Huberdeau, Bobrovsky, assuming anyone would touch that contract. Florida got a few good players, I can't think of them right now. Vegas, Pietrangelo, Leonard, Marchessault, Pacioretty. Marchessault still there? I don't know if Pacioretty's still there actually. But I know more teams, more money and all that, trying to grow the game, but it doesn't work sometimes. So I think less teams, more players on said teams would make a better league because it'd be more fun, like the 80s, right? So I've done a league and some of these might drop off early, they probably will. They're in divisions, not in any order, it's not like the first name is the first team I'd pick or anything like that. So out west, I've started with Minnesota. Oh, I haven't done any team names, I don't care if it's the Wild, I really don't, or the North Star, preferably North Stars when I think about it. Then I've gone to Calgary, first Canada team, Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle, and the first non-NHL team, Wisconsin. Because I've tried to pair them up, so you've got your Alberta rivalry, you've got Minnesota, Wisconsin, Vancouver, Seattle, you've got your Pacific Northwest. Now, normally the divisions are like in time zones. For that one, I've gone with the West and North, all grouped in. Bear in mind, NHL had Detroit in the West for ages. Just took out the first one. So, they're not too bothered about that. Staying in the West, we're now going south. I have crossed the Mason-Dixie. I think we've gone Dallas. Now, I hear this is a bit of a hockey hotbed on an amateur level, or an NHL level, something like that. Houston, bring back the Aeros from the WHA. There's your rivalry. I don't know, you bet you don't know who that is. Los Angeles, I don't like LA sports teams. I don't like LA. They're more entertainment options than sports teams. And I know that's what they are. But people go to LA like, oh, let's go and see if we can meet Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's go and see if we can meet, who's big now, Danny Glover. We don't go to watch the sport, they're fake fans. But I can't think of anyone else, so they've got a team. Down west, split up a bit, or across a bit. Colorado, the Avalanche, or the Rockies, I don't care. Rockies hockey team, hockey before baseball. I think. I don't know how long the baseball Rockies have been around. Gone to San Luis, and then sticking in Missouri, Kansas City. Blew my mind when I found out Kansas City teams didn't play in Kansas. Right, this one's going to be a bit harder because I got bored of doing them. For this one, I'm going to release the board and I'm going to do it one by one. You've got to start in Montreal. You've got to be in Montreal. Then we're in Quebec. That's Quebec City. Again, like I say, there's no small market nonsense. We're going to Toronto. Sticking in Ontario, but I'm not going to Ottawa. I'm giving Hamilton a franchise. I think I've got an AHL team or something. I must have some hockey. Is it just over the water from Hamilton? We've gone to New York. Now that's not the Rangers or the Islanders. That is essentially Buffalo, but I've took out the Buffalo stigma. Oh, I've got Wisconsin on now. That's just a New York team, but it would be essentially Buffalo. And then Boston. Don't like Boston at all, of the people, but you kind of have to get them in there. So they're quite grouped together. It's like the Northeast division. Coming down a bit. No, I'm going across a bit because I haven't gone south. Detroit, my team. I feel like you have to go for Detroit. You've got to get the Red Wings in there. You could even potentially have 2 Michigan teams. I don't know what's the second bit. Maybe Flint. We've got the Firebirds. Kalamazoo. I don't think they're big enough, but it's a cracking name. Kalamazoo Kangaroos. Philly. So from Philly we go to Pittsburgh. You know, Pennsylvania rivalry there. Next up is Washington. Probably playing Maryland, but they'll be branded as Washington. That's DC, obviously not state. And then Chicago. How many teams have I got here? I know they're in the West, but for this I've put them in the East. I suppose St. Louis could go in the East as well, because I think Missouri and Illinois are touching. And then New York. That would be a New York near the Philadelphia thing, you know. Is it Philly that's near New York? Is it Pittsburgh? Both friends. Yeah, Philly. So there's my ideal NHL. Obviously Detroit would win it. Just see we're missing. So there's no Columbus. I hate Ohio, so they weren't going to be in it. There's no Kakalaki, no Florida, no Tampa, no Ottawa, as mentioned earlier. We've lost the New York team, we've lost the Devils. Apparently Devils aren't quite well supported, or compared to other teams anyway. Out west we've lost Nashville, which should be in the East anyway, but no big loss. San Jose, Anaheim, Vegas, the Yotes. I think that's the only ones. So there's my ideal NHL. It'd have great lines, and that's it. Hopefully, not hopefully, but maybe one day there will be a reduction. I don't see it for the money, but like I say, I think less teams but better teams would make a more enjoyable product. And just to end it on something different, I don't know if the school is having solar panels put up or if it's like the skeleton work of some roofing work, but something's going on at the school. That's Jarvis P. Weasley. What's that? They're having that at the school. I don't know what that is. Au revoir.